Amid the ongoing war in Gaza, Republican former U.S. contender Nikki Haley visited Israel. Her actions evoked global criticism. She signed off Israeli artillery designated for Lebanon and Gaza. Here's a report about her trip and the criticism.
Former U.S. presidential candidate and ambassador to the United States, Nikki Haley, is getting flack for her trip to Israel. On May 27th, the former South Carolina governor visited the sites of the October 7th Hamas attack. Haley was touring the Nova Music Festival site, where scores of partygoers had been killed and kidnapped on that fateful day. Haley was accompanied by Danny Danon, a member of Netanyahu's Likud party in the Knesset. Danon had been the Israeli ambassador to the UN when Donald Trump was the president of the United States. Right after the trip, Danny Danon took to X and posted some images. One of them showed Nikki Haley crouching down in front of a pallet of Israeli shells and writing an inscription that read, "Finish them. America loves Israel." Haley's message drew a backlash from across the globe. Former executive director of Human Rights Watch, Kenneth Roth, expressed his dismay on X. Later addressing journalists in the Israeli town of Sderot, Haley said, "The international moves to stop the war in Gaza and recognize a Palestinian state had just emboldened the Hamas group in the enclave."
And for all those countries who decided to recognize a Palestinian state, do you know what that felt like here in Israel? You just gave credit to Hamas and all that they did. For all those looking at the ICC and ICJ, right before we landed, there were strikes in Tel Aviv. Why? Because the ICC and ICJ just emboldened Hamas. They just gave them everything they needed to know. And when the friends of Israel back off, the terrorists move in.
Haley's shell signing comes at a time when Israel is pounding Gaza's Rafah city. The Republican leaders' ironclad support for Israel also comes at a time when the Israeli strikes burnt down a Palestinian encampment in southern Gaza City. Haley's shell signing also recalled a similar distressing incident in the year 2006 when Israel and Lebanon were at war. An explosive image resurfaced around that time, showing Israeli children writing on missiles bound for targets in Lebanon. These images show children drawing Israeli flags on shells. According to a Greek blogger, the inscriptions on these munitions read, "From the children of Israel to the children of Lebanon, with love." It was a key moment that sparked outrage in the Israel-Lebanon conflict. The armies of Lebanon and Israel have not fought a conventional war since 1948. The prospect of a full-scale war between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah is painful to contemplate on both sides of the border. But some see it as an inevitable fallout due to Israel's ongoing war against Hamas in Gaza.